Alright folks, in this video we're going to take a look at the Gamesir G8 Plus. This is the Bluetooth model of the Galileo, a very popular controller. And this one recently came out, so we're just going to take a look at it. I'm going to unbox it again. I already have unboxed it to do some tests. To give you an idea of what this has, it has Bluetooth connection, it has the wired connection for PC as well, swappable buttons, Hall sensing sticks, telescopic, and this is the most surprising part, because what's written on the box is not what this does. It's pretty crazy. It does have HD rumble, or rumble if you want to call it, and it also, like a lot of Chinese controllers, connects to Android, iOS, and the Nintendo Switch as a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It does connect to PC. They don't show it here. It connects to PC in DualShock 4 mode for some weird reason, but maybe because of Xbox licensing. And this is the back layout. So let's just open up this box and see what it's got. All right, let's open this up. So you have your manual, which is very useful because this has a bunch of modes, and this manual tells you pretty much everything you need to know about connecting. This is your charging cable and a bunch of stickers. So you can see inside there are a bunch of stickers and charging cable, not really something useful. The main event, which is the Gamesir G8 Plus Galileo. As you can see, it doesn't have a USB, which is great. I do not support controllers that use USB because it's a restriction. Bluetooth is just as good, if not better, and Wi-Fi Direct is way better. So I don't support Bluetooth USB controllers. Bluetooth is the way for me personally. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at it again, and you do get these additional caps, which is really cool. A lot of companies don't do this. They give you a bunch of options if you like something flushed in, if you like something smaller, if you like something with more grip. So that's very, very useful. So let me get into the device itself over here. We're going to do a bunch of tests, and I'm going to tell you some of the really bad things about this controller and some of the really amazing things about this controller. A lot of reviewers, for some reason or the other, have decided not to talk about it, or maybe they just don't know. So there's actually two of these, so I think I lost one. Okay then, so when you take a look at it on the surface, this is a very well constructed device. You know, the plastic feels smooth, very nice, grippy textures on the back. It has additional R4 and L4 buttons on the back, which you can map using your mode key. This is a mode key. You can use this for macros. Macros means you can make a combination and attach it to this, or you can just simply remap your keys or buttons to that. The front portion, if you look at it, it has its two Hall sticks, which are actually very, very good. They're not too light. They have a bit of resistance, which is really good. Gamesir did have an issue with some of their other controllers, which were really light. They didn't have any resistance, but this has a good amount of resistance, which I really like in my controller. It has your start and select, or option and share, depending on if you're using PlayStation 4 or PC. This is your capture key. So this is used to take screenshots on the Nintendo Switch, and I think it does work on Android as well for some of the stuff. This is your Gamesir key, which is used to switch modes. Which is used to turn on everything. You use your face buttons to switch modes. The easy thing is, if you hold your capture key and you press A, it's going to go into Android mode, which is a yellowish kind of tone to it. If you hold capture button B, it goes to PlayStation 4 mode. And if you do capture and X, nothing happens. It blinks green. It's supposed to go into Xbox wireless mode, but I think they've removed it. Hopefully a firmware update will bring it back, or maybe it's a licensing issue. If you hold capture and Y, it turns red, and that is the Nintendo Switch mode, so it can connect to your Nintendo Switch just fine, like a Pro controller. It has the same Hall-based triggers on the back, good bumpers. The grip is very, very good. It's very comfortable to hold. It's a little bit hefty because it does have batteries and rumble motors on it, so Personally, I don't mind, but if you need something very, very light, you probably want to go with the BSP D8, which gives you Xbox wireless mode as well. So that's, you know, a personal preference. Now, on the back, you'll see this small button over here. This is your pairing key. When you press this, it pairs to whatever you want. You have the USB-C controller for wired connections to the PC and charging as well. So you can charge this device as well. And you can charge it while playing. So that's pretty cool. Now onto the telescopic bit. Now by default, this is all they show, but Gamesir has like a hidden feature. So this is like, I think around 8 inches, or about 8.5, around 8 inches. But if you just bend it a little, you can go all the way to 14 inches. So this thing can actually fit up to 14 inches, which is really, really cool. It's amazing. And I'm going to show you why, because it fits something that I really, really like playing on. It uses a bunch of springs to make the contact, so it doesn't really, this is just my opinion, it doesn't break the device at all. It uses some kind of a spring contact that I showed you on the back to transfer signals between each other, so it can stretch quite a lot. And this is not something Gamesir advertises, which is kind of cool. It's more like a hidden feature, you know, because there are other controllers, people mod them and, you know, use it for larger devices. So I'm going to go over some of the basic features which you might want to know about before you buy this controller. So let's just hook it up to my Galaxy Fold. Now this app, which is the Gamesir app, is very, very important for this controller because it can write settings to the firmware of the controller. So anything you do in this is going to save into the controller and you can use it anywhere you want. Now we're going to go over the basic features, which is like the key button layout. You can do Xbox mode, Nintendo Switch mode. That is a good thing. You can change your joystick sensitivity, you know, and you can even change the type. So by default it's circular mode, but you can make it cross mode. Some people like to play in cross mode. I don't. I think it's ridiculous, but that's something you can do. You can also modify your vibration intensity, and you can test it with a grip vibration mode. That is very cool as well. Trigger settings. Now, I do not personally like analog triggers because I don't play racing games. This is not something I do, but a lot of people like that. So this does have analog triggers, but what you can do is you can make it into a quick trigger mode. Now, I'm going to get into one of the issues I have with this. So if you're playing in a mediumly lit environment, this light is very, very bright, okay? So now say by default, this is how it works. But if I want to put it in quick trigger mode, all right, this light starts blinking every time I click this fucking thing. It starts blinking and it's really, really annoying. I don't like it at all. I don't know why they have that. I hope they release a firmware update and just remove this whole blinking thing. I don't like it. So that's a con for me, which I don't like. Another major, and I mean major issue, which people have not touched on, this is marketed as an Android controller, but the worst way to use this device is in Android mode, and I'm going to show you why. So let's go to Gamepad Tester. Where's the joystick? All right, so in Android mode, now when you move your stick, all right, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to try to bring it closer. You can see the movement is very jittery. And this is because the polling rate is terrible. So you won't notice it in a lot of games, but if you need smooth motion, Android mode is not it. And you can fix this. This is a fixable thing, and I'm going to show you how. So if you decide to hook this up in Android mode, look at the way the cursor's moving. It's just jitters. It has full range of motion, but the polling rate is so bad that it's unusable. I don't even know why they have an Android mode. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move this into DualShock 4 mode, which is PlayStation 4 mode. You can see the light is blue. And now let's just go back into our Gamepad Tester. So now when you look at the motion, watch this. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Look at the movement. It's so smooth. The movement is just, the difference is night and day. Night and day. So in PlayStation 4 mode, Nintendo Switch mode, this thing works great. But if you want to use it in Android mode, something this is advertised for, it's just really bad. And I'm not sure why. I think it's something to do with the protocol that they're using or whatever, but the Android mode sucks. And if you want to use this, use it in DualShock 4 mode. I'm not sure how it works for games because I haven't played a lot of the Android games in DualShock 4 mode. I know in Android mode it does support the games that natively support the Gamepad. So that's a big issue, which you can overcome by switching. Another thing is, in Android mode, this does not support vibration. I think it's got something to do with the games. Maybe some games do, but personally, when I used Moonlight to stream from this device, in Android mode, it had no vibration. DualShock 4 and the Nintendo Switch mode, the vibration is really good. It works fine. I didn't have an issue with that at all. So it's just something to do with Android mode. Android mode is pretty bad. So barring that, I didn't have an issue controller wise at all in this. It worked pretty well for the most part, and I'm going to show you the cool thing when it comes to stretching this controller. This is my 13.3 inch acronym with the RTX 4070. The normal Z13 float does not have this build on the back, so it should be more comfortable to use. This is a limited edition, so this is not the ideal way to not the ideal one you want to hook up with this controller. So we're just going to extend this controller to its full and final form. All right, let me hope I don't break anything. The grip is very, very strong, so there we go. Now I have it connected to my acronym controller, my acronym tablet. So now I have a 4070 handheld. I mean, I'm still gonna have to power it, but you know, whatever. It's pretty cool. All right, just turn the flap off. It does affect the power button, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, just to give you a back view of it. This is the back, so it fits very, very well. So now putting it back in can be a little bit tricky. So you just kind of stick it back in. It has a built-in connector over here which connects back to the controller. It's very durable. I don't think it would break, but you know, if this is something you're worried about, maybe you don't want to do that, you know. But it's a cool feature. Now, again, when you use this on PC, one of the big issues I have is I have to use DS for Windows, which is DualShock for Windows. That converts DualShock 4 into Xbox, because this does not have a native Xbox mode. It would have been really, really cool if this had an Xbox mode, because I love to game stream. I showed off my Peakdo, and you know, I love to use that as well for HDMI wireless. So an Xbox mode would be really, really it'll be a welcome thing if they add that back into this device. They do say they have a dongle. Personally, I haven't seen that dongle. I think it's there up. It's an older dongle that they use. So yeah. So if you have any comments or questions about this beautiful, terrible, and mixed feeling device, let me know. I'll try to answer as much as I can. But other than that, it's a very good controller, great for tablet games, great for PC games, a good buy. One thing I forgot to mention is the faceplate does come off. You can change it with another faceplate if you have one, or get it from Gamesir. You can swap your controller keys, your ABXY over here. So, and that's just about it. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and dislike it.